Hello, my name is Leo. Damn it, and welcome to another day of LSD, the Dream Emulator. It is the 1st of December, it is the final month of LSD. We're not quite at 30 days, T-minus 30 days and counting. But, well wait, we're T-minus 31 days and counting, yes, that's true. But we're in the final month! Cannot believe we've been doing this for 11 freaking months. And we're almost at the finish line. I believe I've been doing this every day since January 1st. I can believe it. I believe it real good. Yeah, you do. I think we actually have to have... Haven't you already scheduled... No, I haven't actually scheduled videos for January 1st yet. Because I believe, the Christmas DLC for Borderlands 2 is probably still going to be going by the time January 1st rolls around. That's true. No, it hasn't. What are you going to ask? Has the Thanksgiving DLC for Borderlands 2 run out? No, it has not. I think tomorrow is going to be the last episode of that DLC. And then starting from... No, wait. No, you're an idiot. Today's Saturday. Oh. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind, just ignore what I just said. And instead... Although then it has finished. Because... No, there's still one more episode. You sure? I'm pretty sure... Fuck, no, I don't know. Look it up. To the web! Because, I was of the impression that, Getting Over With Better Friday is going to start on the 4th. Which is actually next Tuesday. So, since Monday's still there, that means there's maybe one more day of, Borderlands 2. Unless Better Friday actually starts on the 5th. In which point there's 2 more days. No, I'm gonna look at that thing. So I found out an interesting thing actually. There's some YouTube videos that are actually PlayStation VR compatible. Because we played like a long time ago. We watched this. It's actually on the PlayStation itself as an app. Invasion, which is basically just an animated movie in VR about a bunny rabbit and aliens come and they try to kill the bunny rabbit, but the bunny rabbit gets the better of them. And then there was they had advertisements for those aliens were going to be in their own movie. But that movie never came, or it never came to the PlayStation. And then recently I noticed that there's that same company, the people that made those 2 movies, have made a new movie called Crow the Legend, which we played the other day. It should be on my YouTube channel under VR, yes, and live streams. And that's a really good story actually. I really enjoyed that movie. And then it got me thinking, what happened to that other movie? Why did that never? Because that came out on the PlayStation, the Crow one, yeah. But I think it was called, not Invasion, it was called Asteroids. That never came out on, let's go with the windmill today. Never came out on the PlayStation. But all 3 of those videos are actually on YouTube. And you can watch them on just a regular computer. You can watch, ooh. That won't happen. Oh, wait. I thought you were walking on them. Anyway, you can just watch them as videos. But if you got the PSVR, and I believe the YouTube has to be on PlayStation VR mode, then it's actually It's not, I don't feel it's as good quality as if I was just, if I was playing the versions on the PlayStation 4. But yeah, you can totally watch the movie on YouTube, and then I found out, oh wow, there's actually a bunch of videos you can watch, um, like in 3D, not 3D, in VR. Did you save? Oh no, did I? No, I did not. Good to know. Anyway, what else are we talking about? Oh, you gotta check. Oh well, so then we gotta talk about Dream. Okay. So first of all, let me just check. Oh wait, no, actually, you know what? You need the computer. Why? Because the phone doesn't show me videos that I've uploaded that haven't come out yet. Oh, where is the computer wheel? I think. Hang on. Where would I have to go to find that? Go to videos. Okay, there's 2 more videos. How do you know that? Because yesterday, the 7th episode came out, and I know for a fact that there are 9 episodes. Okay. So that means... Okay. So that means that Better 40 will start on Wednesday. Next week. Right. Okay. And how long does Better 40 go? Better 40 is... Actually, no, the Better 40 doesn't go until Christmas. What are you, nuts? Didn't play that much Better 40. Better 40 will go... We already talked about this, didn't we? I believe so, yeah. Better 40 goes for a little bit, and then we'll do some Zay and the Enders, Second Round of Mars. Whenever that starts. Oh, here it is, right here. That's not... Well, there are 7 episodes of Better 40. Okay. And then, using a calculator, you can figure it out. If it starts on the 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go until the 13th of December, then for the 14th of December, we'll have Zonian's Second Runner Mars, until Christmas Eve, I believe, is when I decided that I would start. Yeah. Whoa, don't play the video. Is when I decided that I'll do the Christmas DLC for Borderlands 2. And that'll run us into the new year. Yeah. And the whole reason why I started talking about this is because I believe this game obviously ends on the 31st of December. Is when the year finishes. But we still need to have at least one more video. Why is that? Because you have to talk about your New Year dream. That's the Japanese culture thing. Well, didn't we talk about that at the beginning of last year? That's a great question. Did we? What? I don't know if I talked about my dreams at the beginning of the. You totally did. Did I? I'm sure we did. Episode 1? Yeah, episode 1 of LSD. Oh shit, don't do that. And I hate the new YouTube studio. It really annoys me. I want the old version. And I have a special link for it, but usually when I click on YouTube it goes to the normal version, which takes takes forever to load. Man, my computer sucks, but we need to talk about Dream too. We do need to talk about Dream, yeah, man. Let's talk about that while this figures itself out. Alright. So I had a dream last night. So I was walking around my backyard, in Japan here. And my backyard it's got like a field. And then it connects directly to like a whole bunch of other like fields and rice fields in the back. In the back, like attached to other houses and stuff. There's no fences or anything, so you can basically just look out all the way to there's a river nearby. Although the river has one of those, what do you call them? An aqueduct? You know, in Japan, you see it a lot in like anime and stuff, but like along on either side of the river, they've like basically built a, I don't know, but essentially a reverse moat. Yes, around the river in case it gets flooded. So you can see into that, which is a good ways away. Anyway, I'm doing two things at once here. Right, so off in the distance I see some losers. I say losers, they're probably just like delinquents or youth or people with like too much money and too much time on their hands. What are they doing? They're like racing or they're like what do you call it? Doing burnouts? Like burning rubber. Like the losers, yeah. That's why I call them losers. What game are we talking about? LSD, thank you. Anyway, so I'm strolling around my backyard, and I notice that there's a couple, like a man and a woman, or man and a girl, lurking around. What is this? Yeah. Walking around my backyard, and I see this couple lurking around in the neighbours, like the house next door has also got this like field in the back, and there's like a large sized open-ended shed, if that makes any sense. Now when I say shed, I don't mean like, I've got like a little tiny shed in the backyard. I mean like a farm shed, like the Australian version of a shed. Like a barn that you might get in America, but not made out of wood. It's made out of like galvanized iron, and it's basically got three walls, and the back end is all open out. Anyway, they're lurking about in there. I'm like, okay, what are you guys doing? And then when they realize that I'm here, they embarrassingly stop whatever they were doing, which could have been anything, but at the least, they were making out. And at the most, they were just full on having sex. So they were doing something big, right? And they got all embarrassed. And I'm like, dude, guys, don't mind me. Just go about your business. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna stop you. Anyway. Later on, my father-in-law staggers outside. He's like asks if I'm done with the car. I think I was working. I think I just got back from working, and that's why I was in the back. I can't really see a reason why I'd be walking around the backyard, other than I was out. I just got back. I'm like, I'm just gonna look around the backyard for no reason. Anyway, he comes out. He's like, "Hey, you done with the car?" Because he wants to go somewhere. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm done with the car, but I should probably drive you because you're getting old and you might have a crash and, well, yeah. So I don't. That's where the dream ends. I don't know if I actually drove him or not, but alright, there you go. That's my dream. Right, let's talk about the beginning of the LSD playthrough. Yes. Tell me about it. Well, I can also confirm those dates if you really need to know. But first of all, so the first episode, which was 20 minutes, was called Hatsuyume, which is the Japanese word or expression for the first dream of the year. You're gonna actually watch. I'm curious if I had a dream. My name is Leo, and welcome. Okay, shut up myself. Okay. So I ended up watching all the freaking opening things for a while. And then what am I doing here? Oh, we read the freaking the manual. Seriously. But did we actually play the game? We did play the game. Okay. I'm curious to see what my reaction to the game was the first time I played it. Because I think I had seen videos of the game, but I barely did anything. What does that say? Spiritual dream. Okay, shut up myself. Shut up myself. Let's do it. My mic doesn't sound like that now, does it? I think you made your mic better, didn't you? I hope so. Shit, you know what? I don't know actually. Yeah, so this is you always start here. So I can turn around. And there should be a run button. I think X is run. Yep. It's a fireplace. Oh yeah, I forgot there was a strafe in the game. Teleport? There you go, okay. Touching walls teleports you to other areas. Let's see. Okay. Is this the natural world? Maybe. So this is like a theme park. Kinda? Okay, well, I think I might watch this by myself. Yeah, oh, you were going to confirm. I was going to confirm dates. We can do that while we're listening to myself. I wonder if listening to, watching me, watch the intro movies of the game will actually flag for copyright. Because, yeah, no, I'm sure they won't. You never know. So, in Limbo, the silent dream. In Lunacy, the savage dream. What am I doing? Jesus Christ. You're looking up dates. Sorry. Alright, LSD. So those are food samples. So yeah, we might do like at least one, maybe even 2 days into 2019 for LSD to talk about my final dream. So this is a game that is based on... So Benefit does in fact start on the 5th of December, and the others will start on the 13th of December. Okay. Go to graph. Maybe that'll... Sure. Maybe that'll stop the intro from playing. Anywho, yeah, we'll talk about this graph in a minute. So this is a game... Alright, well, listen to this. You're welcome to watch it. I don't know if I talked about my first dream of the year. Well, people can't really decide if Hatsuyume is supposed to be the dream that you have New Year's Eve night or New Year's Day like morning, or if it's supposed to be New Year's Day night / the 2nd of January morning. People can't seem to understand. I think the tradition is that it's the second option, as in the night of the 1st or morning of the 2nd. Because the general idea is that New Year's Eve you don't sleep. Maybe that's what they used to do. It's not what we do now, but so you don't sleep through New Year's, and then the first dream is actually the night time on the 1st of January, and that's the Hatsuyume, and that's the dream that you're supposed to have. You're supposed to see Mount Fuji. I forgot what kind of bird, a falcon or a hawk, something like that, and also an eggplant. I don't know why eggplant, but if you see all 3 of those things, then you're going to have a good year, apparently. I don't think I've ever had a dream with... I don't think I've ever had a dream with any of those things in it. Maybe a hawk? I don't know. I've never had a dream with an eggplant, and I've never had a dream with Mount Fuji. But then again, I'm not Japanese, so who knows? Have you ever had a dream about? Have you ever had a dream about Ayers Rock? No, don't think so. Maybe because Ayers Rock is, I guess, you could say it's the Mount Fuji analog. Yeah, well, I mean, it's revered as being a holy place and in a lot of cultures in Australia. Yeah, sure. And the Mount Fuji's that kind of the same thing, right? Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. What, oh, actually, that's a good question. What's that? What's the highest mountain in the United Kingdom? Who cares? Well, I mean, yes, you're right. Uh-huh. But anyway, I want to know. What's the highest mountain in America? Wait, I actually don't know the answer to that question either. Is it at some mountain in the Rockies? Well, presumably. Highest. Here we go. Here goes our web browsing. Highest mountain in Japan. No. Highest mountain in the world. God, if you don't know that, then what are you doing? Highest mountain in UK is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th, 6th, 7th Google suggestion. Anyway, Ben Nevis, Mount Hope. Huh? No, it's in Scotland. And it's Benaki. What's Mount Hope? No idea. Ben Nevis is the 4th, actually. Why are there a bunch of mountains in Scotland that start with Ben? Is Ben like Gaelic for mountain? Could be. That makes sense. What's the highest point in England? Bolesworth Hill. Uh-huh. So what's Mount Hope? I don't know. It's a mountain in Palmerland? Oh, it's in the Antarctic. Oh, is it the highest mountain in Antarctica or something? Wait. Antarctica, a part of... Oh, okay. Palmerland is a UK claim of Antarctica. Oh, it doesn't count. Doesn't fucking count. But it is twice the size of Ben Nevis. The highest mountain on the island of Great... Wait, it says Ben Nevis is the highest mountain on the island of Great Britain. Well, now I'm confused. You're confused. Wait, Great Britain, yes. Great Britain is the island in North Atlantic. Wait, so Great Britain doesn't actually include Northern Ireland? Oh, really? A single kingdom of Great Britain resulted from the union of Kingdom of England, which had already comprised the present-day countries of England and Wales, and the Kingdom of Scotland, more than 100 years before in yada yada yada. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's interesting. Great Britain united with the neighbouring Kingdom of Ireland, forming the United Kingdom. It was renamed United Kingdom. Say that again. Forming the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, which was renamed to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland after the Irish Free State succeeded in 1922. So originally the whole thing was the United Kingdom, and then Southern Ireland broke off. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. So, okay, so Great Britain is not the correct name for United Kingdom. Great Britain is just the island that England and Scotland resides on, and Wales. But the whole thing is United Kingdom. Okay, I did not know that. I did not know that. Well, now wait, no, wait, it says, the term Great Britain is often used to include the whole of England, Scotland and Wales, including the component adjoining islands, which is also occasionally but contentiously applied to the UK as a whole in some context. Okay. Well, there you go. You learn something every day. And apparently Mount Hope is technically the highest point in the United Kingdom, quotation marks. But Ben Nevis is the highest mountain on the island of Great Britain. But wait, that doesn't make sense. What was the other island that you were looking at before? Is Ben Nevis the highest? Ben Nevis is the highest mountain in the British Isles. It is located at the western end of... So what the fuck were we looking at before? I don't know. What's this one? What's Ben in Scotland? I don't know. Apparently it doesn't exist. It says here that Ben Nevis is the fourth tallest, but I'm confused. Mount Snowdon is the highest mountain in Wales, and the highest point in the British Isles outside the Scottish Highlands. Huh? So many... Can no one give me a fucking answer about what the highest mountain in the UK is? England's highest mountain is on England's poor relation. Can someone please just fucking tell me? What is the highest point of England? The highest point in Scotland is Ben Nevis. 1.3 kilometres high. Highest point in Wales is Snowdon. The highest point in England... Oh, there's a new name now. It's Scafell Pike. Can someone give me a fucking... Here's an interesting question. Does the UK have any mountains? Wow. It's amazing. Can someone please tell me how high is the highest mountain in the UK? Now there's another... What the fuck is this one? Mount Puget? On South Georgia Island is the highest mountain on a British overseas territory outside the Antarctica. Can you just give me a fucking answer? Can you just fucking give me an answer? It says Ben Nevis, the tallest peak within the UK. Can someone please just tell me? What is the smallest mountain in the UK? That seems dumb. That seems really dumb. Right, who cares about what the smallest mountain is? Snowdon high. Is Snowdon higher than Scafell Pike? Snowdon a volcano? Oh my god, what's the highest mountain in England? I don't care about England. Scafell Pike again. Okay, sure, that's great. What is a mountain in the UK? What the fuck does that mean? Ben Nevis is best known as the highest mountain. So what the wait, go back. What is this place? Because there's a mountain here. It's called I can't pronounce it. It's in Scotland. It's 1.7 kilometers, which is like 500 kilometers more Wow, 400 kilometers more than paste than Ben Nevis, which is apparently the highest mountain in the world. The highest mountain in the UK, sorry. Oh, I think Ben Achi is not actually a mountain. It's a range of hills in Aberdeenshire. It has several tops, the highest of which Oxen Craig. Uh-huh. Wait, what? It has a height of 328 meters. That's... Huh? Oh, I get it now. Whatever website this is using for information is fucking stupid. Okay, so Ben Nevis is like 1.3 kilometers, or 1,344 meters high, right? This other one, which is apparently, well, according to this one website, is the highest. Ben Akiki according to this, 1,732 meters high. That's not true. It's 1,732 feet high, 528 meters. Dumbass. Get the fuck out of my face. Alright, so it's Ben Nevis. Okay, thank you. God, thanks for confusing the fuck out of me, you stupid shithead. Alright, calm down. Ben Nevis, yes. Ben Nevis is the highest point in the UK. Great. But not the highest point in the United Kingdom, including, like, other territories, like Antarctica. Does that really count? Does Antarctica really count? Come on. It's been a while. I wonder what all the claims are in Antarctica. Are we doing to the web? Yeah, to the web. I want to know what the well. First of all, I want to know what the highest mountain is in America. I have no idea. Interesting thing is that none of these Google suggestions are actually showing it. It's fine. I assume it's in the Rockies somewhere. Is it Denali? I guess so. Wikipedia will tell you. Mount Blackburn, eh? Oh, I'm confusing Blackburn with Bannockburn. Never mind. Anyway, the highest is Denali, which is in Alaska. And then we've got, oh shit, there's a bunch in Alaska. They're all in Alaska. All of the top 10 mountains are all in Alaska. Wow. It's interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. In fact, it goes, the highest non-Alaskan mountain is in California, Mount Whitney. On the Sierra Nevada mountain range. So none of them are in the Rockies. Where does it show the Rockies? Front Range? What's Front Range? Colorado. Oh, okay. Isn't it going to show the Rockies? Is the Rockies not a mountain range? I thought it was. Maybe the Rockies just aren't that high. Huh. It's not showing nothing, is it? No, it's not showing jack all. Alright, well. Is the Rockies not a mountain range? Am I going nuts? Oh, whatever, that's not that important. What did you want to look at before? I forgot. Shit. Antarctica. Okay, Antarctica. Antarctica. It is spelled Antarctica. It's fine, Google will help you. Welcome to another long episode of me looking up shit on the internet. You know it. Things to do in Antarctica. Wow. Antarctica travel guide. That's amazing. That's amazing. Alright, show me Antarctica. Oh, there's your territorial claims. Oh shit. Too late. Go back. What the hell's that? What? It's talking about the animals, yeah. And there's mites, memapodes, which are some kind of worm, seals, and Oh, I know that. I know that animal. How do you say it? I don't know how to say the word. Tardigrades? Yeah. It has a name, doesn't it? Like lice bear or something? Lice bear? No, I saw it on Tearzo. Which if you never watched Tearzo on YouTube, you should really look it up because it's hilarious. And very informative. Water bears, that's what they're called. Yes. Weird ass animal. Just a little insect thingy. Okay. There's your territorial claims. There's a nice little map. It shows everything. Can I zoom in? Sure can. Oh, no, that's all. Australia has a big bunch of it, actually. Wow, UK's part is tiny as fuck. It's awesome. I love it. France has a little piece of it next to Australia. Wait, what the hell? Huh? France's bit is in the center of our bit. There's like a big bit for Australia, a tiny little slither for France, and then another slightly bigger chunk for Australia. Then New Zealand's next to that, and they've got barely anything. And then who's next? It says Mary Birdland. I don't know what that is. Then Chile has a bit. Then... Okay, this is confusing. Let's skip that for a bit. Then Norway has a bit. What is that? Okay, so UK... This is very confusing. People seem to have overlapping claims. Yeah, because, like, the UK has this part, yeah, but then Chile apparently has this part, which overlaps into UK's part, and then Argentina has a bit that's like a slightly smaller cross-section of the UK's part. And also Brazil's in there too. What... The part that UK apparently has claim to is also... Part of it is also claimed by Chile, Argentina, and Brazil. Why? That makes no fucking sense. That's weird. It sure is. And Norway also has this tiny little speck, for some reason, in Mary Birdlands. So what the fuck is Mary Birdland? We're about to find out. To the web. We're already on the web, so you don't really have to say that. It's not really necessary to say it again. At least I can say that I'm teaching stuff to people. If nothing else, you'll learn something in my videos. Mary Birdland is a portion of West Antarctica, yada 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 yada. Yada yada yada. Is it a country or what? West Birdland has not been claimed by any sovereign nation. It is by far the largest single unclaimed territory on Earth, with an area of yada yada yada, immediately east yada yada yada. United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt instructed members of the United States Antarctic Service Expedition to attempt to claim some of Antarctica as United States territory. Although this appears to have been done by members... Wait, say that again. Although this appears to have been done by members of this and subsequent expeditions, these do not appear to have been formalized prior to 1959, when the Arctic Treaty System was set up. Some publications in the United States have shown this as a United States territory in the intervening period, and the United States Defense Department has stated that the United States has a solid basis for a claim in Antarctica resulting from its activities prior to 1959, the portion west of... Okay. So apparently no one's claimed it. And I think the reason why no one's claimed it is because someone came up with a plan. The Antarctic Treaty System. Some kind of agreement to talk about like who gets to use Antarctica. The treaty sets aside Antarctica as a scientific preserve, establishes freedom of scientific investigation, and bans military activity on the continent. The treaty was the first arms control agreement established during the Cold War since September. Blah, 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 blah. The main treaty was opened in December 1959. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. The 12 countries had significant entries in Antarctica at the time were Argentina, Australia, Belgium, Chile, France, Japan, New Zealand, Norway, South Africa, and the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and the United States. These countries had established over 55 Arctic stations. The treaty was a diplomatic expression of the option. Okay. And there were 14 articles in this treaty. This area is to be used for peaceful purposes only. Military activity such as weapons testing is prohibited, but military personnel and equipment may be used for scientific research or any other peaceful purpose. Okay. Freedom of scientific investigation and cooperation shall continue. Free exchange of information and personnel. The treaty does not recognize, dispute, nor establish territorial sovereignty claims. No new claims shall be asserted while the treaty is in force. So that's why. So America was too late to the party, I guess. Sucks to be them. The treaty prohibits nuclear explosions or disposal of nuclear wastes. Includes under the treaty all land and ice shelves, but not the surrounding waters south of 60 degrees 0 minutes south. Okay. Treaty state observers have free access, including aerial observations, to any area and may inspect all stations, installations, and equipment. Advance notice of all activities and of the introduction of military personnel must be given. Allows for good jurisdiction over observers, yada yada yada. Frequent some meetings, they'll do some meetings. All treaty states will discourage activities by any country in Antarctica that are contrary to the treaty. Discourage, eh? No military action. Just give them a good telling to. All disputes to be settled peacefully by parties concerned, yada yada yada. And then Articles 12, 13, and 14 deal with upholding, interpreting, and amending the treaty among involved nations. The main objective of the ATS is to ensure the interests of all humankind that Antarctica shall continue forever to be used exclusively for peaceful purposes and shall not become the scene or object to international discord. Pursuant to Article 1, which was Peaceful purposes, no military activities. The treaty forbids any measures of military nature, but not the presence of military personnel or equipment for the purpose of scientific research. Well, there you fucking go. Now we really did learn something. Yep. What is this? These are people who signed the system. Australia was the second person to sign. Well, you say the second. They signed it the same day as Argentina, which was the first. And then... Wait, what? Well... There's some people here that haven't actually signed it. But then... There's other information. What about Japan? Japan signed it the same day. Okay. So did America, so did everyone signed it the same day. Well, I say everyone. There's a whole bunch of people that didn't actually sign it. Well, there's a map of Antarctica with stations and claims. Can I zoom in at all? It's kind of weird that Australia has two different sections. Not really when you think about, it's probably just, we had this big area, and then France was like, hey, can we have this little bit? And then Australia's like, yeah, alright, go on. Yeah, because they have, like, this one little station, on the coast. Why is there Russian and Chinese stations and Italy in the Australian claim? Because the whole point of the treaty is that there is no claims. Everyone can freely do what they want. Wow, Chile's ridiculously close to Antarctica, isn't it? Well, where's Australia? We're pretty close too, you know. Yeah, I suppose. It's kind of weird that Norway has such a huge chunk of it. What does Norway need fucking Antarctica for? Norway's nowhere near it. And there's that huge empty area with no one on it. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we had this conversation, but I'm going to go now. Alright, so when we come back tomorrow, we'll play some more LSD, the Dream Emulator. Hopefully I'll have another dream to talk about. And... tomorrow we'll probably do some streaming. Maybe some VR games, some Yakuza 2, and all that jazz. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.